Absolutely fucking not.
Light. I just see a beautiful, blossoming 14-year-old girl who.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I
promoting.
put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
you put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is
Great.
not
So let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want, so say that.
Hey peoples, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You guys, we have so much to talk about because has people been telling you that you should forgive the pandemic? Have people been calling you an anti-Semite? Have people been trying to go against your freedom of speech recently? I've been feeling a lot of that recently. It's very unfortunate, what's going on right now. It's honestly pissing me off. We have so much to talk about because the world has gone to shit right now. Everything is just oh my God, who we gonna go after next? Who we gonna go after next? Especially with the Kyrie Irving situation, the bloodthirsty mob cannot get enough of black blood. It's insane to me. I'm so sick of the way everyone is going about this bullshit in the world. You can't even fucking share a fucking Amazon movie. I can't deal. But anyways, before we get started, I wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I do have an Etsy store, and I haven't been promoting it in my recent videos. And I wanted to because I know that some of you probably like vintage and thrifted clothes and jewelry, home decor items, and I have those things on my Etsy store. So if you want to, be sure to check it out in the description below. It's called Beauty King Thrifts, and yeah, I love the things that's over there. Half the things that's in my shop, I fucking love. So I feel like y'all will love it as well because I have good style, period. Anyways, let's get started. All right, so the first thing I really want to dive in is this bullshit article that came out by The Atlantic, and it was titled, "We should declare pandemic amnesty." And you know what I want to declare is that you can kiss my ass and you can suck my back, because I cannot believe that after all of the turmoil and the trauma we've been through under the pandemic, they have the balls to come out and be like, oh, we should forgive all the transgressions and everything that went on during the pandemic. It's just these people have no empathy. They have no what is this a way to say you're sorry? No, that's a shitty fucking apology. I am so sick of everyone thinking that was normal and that the way we did the lockdowns were good. It was not. And looking back, even when I was woke, I feel like that woke me up. When we was in the pandemic, that shit woke me up. What? So you think I'm supposed to forgive you for trying to make me wear a mask, get the vaccine, or I won't have a job? You think I'm gonna forgive you for that? You think I'm gonna forgive you for making me miss out on work because you want to lock down? You want to lock up the healthy, and you want to lock up also the unhealthy, and not let the healthy be the ones to go out and do what they want to do and to provide for their house. It's just, when I think about this article, it really irritates me. I understand their point of view, but no, okay, if we want pandemic amnesty, where's the justice? What about Dr. Fauci? He got all the money that he could get under locking us down. What about Pfizer? He had a big raise as well. I don't understand why should we forgive them? I don't think we should. People were arrested simply because they didn't want to wear a mask.
Why? It's just not like that.
17-year-old Skylar Brown forced out in handcuffs minutes before the board meeting was slated to start for refusing to wear a face mask.
So why should we forgive them? It doesn't make sense. I think that until they hold these people accountable, until they actually tell us the truth about like what their plans were and why they locked us down, to be honest, I feel like it was a fucking practice test to see who can we conquer and who can't we conquer, and who can we sanction from the group, who's the bad apples in this group and who's the good apples, the good sheep. Who are they? This is the people we can control. And it was the majority. Like, I mean, there's people still out here, still to this fucking day, wearing masks outside. Like, I literally seen someone just now with their fucking mask on in the car. Like, people are brainwashed. I remember, like, during the pandemic, bitch, like, I was in the store, I think it was in Target, and, like, to be honest, like, I didn't wear my mask. Everyone was still on the rise about COVID and, you know, Omicron, whatever. There was a guy wearing triple mask, like, shield, everything. And I was in the makeup aisle, skincare aisle. And I think there's a video out on YouTube. Like, I put in the video. I didn't get to put the man's face, like, in the video. But, you know, obviously I wasn't going to do that. But it's on my video. I might, like, put, like, a little card so you can go watch it. When I was in the store, this guy, like, he literally, like, bitch, like, he literally, when I walk into the fucking aisle, he backed up like this. I was like, oh my God. And then, like, when I was getting, like, trying to get other items, like, he would back up and then he'd run around the other side of the aisle. I was like, wow, like, people are truly brainwashed. And you did that. The elites, the leaders, and everyone who had a fucking hand in the pandemic, you fucking did that. Even Trump, he literally cucked for Big Pharma.
But it's a great vaccine. It's a safe vaccine, and it's something that works.
I recommend you take it, but I also believe in your freedoms 100%.
When you have the vaccine, people that do, and it's a very small number relatively, but people that do get it get better much quicker.
He did play a role in the downfall of our economy. Like, what we cannot forget about the spending that he did as well. I mean, of course, like Joe Biden, like he fucking put a real dent in the fucking economy. I mean, look at the inflation. Look at what's going on. Like, he really, like, he's fucked us. He's fucked America. But we cannot act like that Trump did not play a hand in that and that he did not cut for Big Pharma. I mean, like, he was for the vaccines as well. He was telling people to go get the vaccine. He thought that the vaccine is, like, the best thing, like, that has ever happened, when we all know that the CDC, Pfizer, they just said that, like, they didn't even realize that, like, you know, that it was even effective.
Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market. If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market.
They already came out and said this stuff. And now people in New York, people who were fired because they did not want to have the vaccine, like wear a mask or whatever have you, like New York City, they're getting these people back pay for firing them for not wanting to comply to this bullshit. Fuck that pandemic amnesty. Like, fuck that shit. You ruined people's lives. People couldn't even go to fucking funerals because you had people locked down. Like, so we should forgive that too. What about the people that, like, I don't like funerals personally, but, like, what about those people? Like, where's the apology for those people as well? What about in California when they was, like, telling people not to, like, you couldn't go to the gym, you couldn't go to the park, you couldn't go to the beaches? What about that? Gavin Newsom, what about him? Like, why haven't they hold him accountable as well? And until you hold these people accountable, I don't want to hear shit. Like, why didn't they tell these people, these healthy people out here, to even the unhealthy, to go outside, work out, do things to prevent yourself from getting COVID? Because we all know, like, the vast majority of people who got COVID were morbidly obese. Well, not only just morbidly obese, but significantly, like overweight. That's why I lost my weight as well. Like, I was like almost 300 pounds. I'm now 216. I wanted to put in the work because that prevents getting COVID. That's the thing, like with these people, they don't give a fuck about the science. They just care about controlling you, and that's exactly what you fucking did. You was trying to control us. You wanted to see who is the sheep and who is not the sheep. That's what you wanted to do, and they succeeded. And, you know, that's why a lot of people have waken up. Like, I mean, during the pandemic, you think those $1,200 checks did anything for anybody? Like, there were some people in my family, I'm not going to say who, that, you know, couldn't even get the checks because the unemployment fucking website is so fucking stupid. Even me, I couldn't even get checks either. I think I got 2 checks and that was it. And like after that, it was nothing. I didn't get anything else. Like the fucking system is so fucked. I couldn't even go back to work because the business tanked. Like, it tanked. It was locked down. Didn't have no money for those couple months. Like, it was fucking stressful. I even did OnlyFans just to get a few money so I can fucking pay my phone bill and help around the fucking house. Like, it's just, and people make fun of me for that. Like, fuck you. You can suck my dick. And those were stressful times that I never want to go back to. Like, I never want to go back to. I'm so happy that I'm good now. And I'm not broke. But it's just, this is something that I would never forgive, and I would never have. And I'm not a forgiving person, but some occasions I will forgive. But this is unforgivable. This was so disastrous, and people should be held accountable. Whether or not it's Trump, whether or not it's Fauci, whether or not it's big pharma, everyone had a hand in this, and I feel like until everyone come out and apologize and stop cucking for big pharma and cucking for Bill Gates, then, I would forgive them. But until then, you can suck my dick. And you can suck all of our dicks. Ain't that right, y'all? They can all suck our dicks. Ain't that right? I can't deal with these people. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I can go on and on and on. They also said that if you get the vaccine, you won't get COVID. You'll be fine.
You're okay. You're not gonna get COVID if you have these vaccinations. Hey folks, guess you heard this morning I tested positive for COVID.
I almost fell for the fucking COVID shit. I almost fell to get the vaccine. I didn't get the vaccine. No. I didn't get the vaccine. Now, what I did tell, people that were way older than me, I'm like, maybe you should get the vaccine, protect yourself. But even then, I was like, I don't know, maybe you should wait. I didn't trust it. I didn't get it whatsoever. I know people who got the booster, who got the vaccine. They always get COVID. Even some women, they have menstrual issues with their periods and stuff like that. I had an old friend talking about how her periods are weird. Girl, they fucked up people. I mean, I follow a page too that has full of these vaccine injuries. Y'all should go check that fucking shit out, because that page is crazy. But anyways, that's my thoughts about the pandemic amnesty that the fucking Atlantic wanted to put out for us. Fuck y'all, to be honest. Anyways, next thing. Also, another thing I want to touch bases on, because this story is so crazy to me. With the Zaya Wade situation that's going on, to be honest, I did not know that Zaya Wade was 15. That child looks like she is about 21 years old, 18, 19 years old. I was so shocked looking at Zaya Wade the other day. I thought she was of age. I literally thought she was of age. I was like, oh my god, she's so pretty. She's so beautiful. Well, I was deeply mistaken. So recently, Zaya Wade's mom, which I did not know that Gabrielle Union is not Zaya Wade's mom. Mind blown. I was like, what? They look like each other a little bit. I was so confused. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. And the mom didn't get to have a say of if her son should transition or not. What's so wrong with that? So now they're making her be the villain and stuff like that, because she wants to have her fucking child be able to develop and be able to make the right decision when they're older. Like, Zaya Wade is too young to be transitioning, period. She just is. And people are gonna get mad about that, but like, it's true. Like, no child under the age of like 17, like, no, to be honest, 18, under the age of 18 should be transitioning. We all know that puberty blockers fuck up the body. I mean, they've literally said that like it causes brain swelling, vision loss, so many different things. This shit is even used on fucking like prisoners. Like, no child should medically transition. Like, I don't care if she wants to dress up as a girl, and present as a girl. Like, she's very, very beautiful. Like, I'm calling her she because she looks like a fucking she, and period. And I have no issue with her changing her pronouns either. But medically, making medical decisions on this child is going to be so disastrous and should not happen. Like, and as if the parent is not for it, I mean, they should take it in consideration. Like, I know, like, she's saying that, like, Dwayne Wade has, pressured Zaya Wade into transitioning and, like, want her to be, like, the famous child and stuff like that. And I don't even care about that. It doesn't even fucking matter. But, like, if he's trying to make her famous, or, like, if he's trying to, like, get this baby, like, money or whatever like that, it's about the principle of, like, the transitioning. Because if Zaya Wade gets to a certain age and she'd be like, oh, I don't want to be trans anymore. I mean, like, look at her. She was, like, dating this girl, even though, like, she's a biological male. It goes to show, like, she's a little, she's a little flippy floppy. So it makes me concerned that, that maybe she isn't trans. Maybe, I don't know. Like, but I just think that, at the rate of what's going on in the world, and they're mutilating children, like they cut off the breasts, and I mean, look at Jazz Jennings, for example. I mean, like, Jazz Jennings, like, look at before and after pictures. She looked happy before. Now she's overweight, sad, depressed, having a lot of issues. The girl does not look good. I hope that Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, they get off, like, their virtual signaling, like, trying to pander to the trans community, stuff like that. Because, like, a lot of gays, like, and trans people, like, once we see someone come out as trans, whatever like that, or gay, we want to be the one to be there to, like, have a helping hand, support, and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes we have to take a step back and look at the facts and look at, like, will this be sustainable? Will this be forever? Is this child forever? We don't know. So I think that they should literally wait till she's 18. Wait till she's 18 to medically transition. I think the mother's wrong for, like, saying, like, oh, she can't, change her pronouns and stuff like that. But, like, she should for right now, and just don't medically transition. I mean, like, look at what Florida did. Like, they've banned, medical transitioning on children and stuff there. So, like, I think that's a good thing, because a lot, like, our next generation is going to be, like, fueled of, like, fucking lab rats and fucking mutilated, like, people. They're, like, our next generation is going to have, like, no tits, no penis, no nothing. I swear to God, like, that's what it's looking like. And we have to, like, sit back. And a lot of people are regretting it. A lot of people are coming out, detransitioners, every single fucking day come out and they say to, like, this is not right. Like, when I transitioned, like, around, like, 15, 16, 17, whatever like that, I made a horrible decision. And, something that's so personal to me, the reason why I talk about this stuff, like, with Zaya Wade, and, like, why she shouldn't transition at, like, age 15, is because I was at the same, like, I literally thought that I was too sexist. Like, I thought that just because I'm a gay man that likes makeup, is very masculine, I thought that I was transgender myself. Like, I did. Like, I thought that I was, like, a girl or something like that because of how I wanted to present myself. I love feminine, like, I like makeup, but I'm also masculine, and I was very confused. And, like, at that age, you're very fucking confused, and you're very, like, you're in that questioning mode. That's what the Q means in LGBTQ. I think that she should really wait, till she's 18. I think the mother has a right to have an opinion on that. I don't think she's a monster. I think she just really wants her child to be able to develop and be able to grow and to figure out who they really are. And I think that's fine. And, I think that a lot of parents should take heed of that and really, like, you know, take it in consideration if their child is, like, you know, trans or whatever like that, because when it comes to puberty, stuff like that, we are very confused and we just, like, go after shit really, really quickly. So we just have to take that in consideration. That's my thoughts on the Zaya thing. Like, you know, like, I really, truly think that, like, you know, and if he is pressuring that child, Zaya, to transition and, you know, be famous, I mean, it's very, very eye-opening. If you look at, like, they're always keeping her on the red carpet. They have 4 other children. Why they not, like, you know, having all the family to be, you know, on the red carpet? It's always Zaya. They're trying to put, I see what the mama's saying, but I pray for all of them, and I hope that, like, you know, they get that settled, because, like, that is some deep shit, and, like, that is a choice that will affect you forever and for life, and that's all I have to say about that. I just got a package with gas, if you can see it, and this is my new bag. Yes, this is my new bag. Oh my God, it's huge. Look at my new bag. Look at it. Oh my God. Yes, bitch. Oh yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy. Okay, let me stop. Okay, you guys, so this is the bag. Oh my God, like, this is so off topic, but, like, I love this bag so much. I love it. Very much Kate Moss. Kate Moss, bitch. No, not Kate Moss. Olsen twin. Very Olsen twin. It's not Hermes, but it's beautiful. Love it. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Okay, let's get back to the program, bitch. Let's get back to the fucking program. All right, you guys. So, like, the next thing we're going to talk about is the Kyrie Irving situation versus the Jews. And yes, bitch, I'm going to talk about the fucking Jews, okay? And I'm going to talk about Ben Shapiro. Like, if Dennis Prager and Ben Shapiro can talk about blacks, gays, trans people, tell them, oh, pull yourself by your bootstraps. Well, bitch, I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up and stop calling everybody an anti-Semitic. That's what I'm going to do for you, okay? Because I'm sick of this shit. Like, speaking of Ben Shapiro, before we get into it, because, like, he's on my shit list. And I don't give a fuck if you are a Jew or not. Like, people get mad at me because I talk about this situation, but, like, I don't give a fuck. Ben Shapiro's a fucking cuck. I did not realize that he was for the vaccine and that he was telling me to go get vaccine, like, calling people dopes because they didn't want to get the vaccine. Like, he tried. Elijah Schaefer has more intelligence than you, Ben Shapiro. Sit your fucking ass down. And also, Prager, Mr. Dennis Prager. I like you a lot. I do like you. You have really good takes. But you to acknowledge that you do have power in media, Jewish people do have power in media, but then turn around and say that Kanye West is still an anti-Semite simply because he said that Jewish people so happens to have power in media, you are so contradicting.
Jews are disproportionately, and they were more so then, represented in Hollywood. I said, what's your point? And the guy was shocked, first of all, that I acknowledged that Jews were disproportionately represented. He thought I would just yell, you're an anti-Semite. Very, very rarely say that someone or something is anti-Semitic. And the words were anti-Semitic. So let me just tell you, this notion that the Jews control everything, the banks, the media, the education, I don't know, whatever else he had in mind.
Mr. Denny, didn't you just say that Jews are disproportionately represented? Okay, like, so if I say that, oh my God, there's so, like, the NBA has so many black people in the NBA. Does that make me a racist now? Like, come on now, like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, Jewish people have power, and that's okay to say. Like, it's like almost like a compliment. Like, you should be happy that, like, you know, your people are so great, you know? But you call it anti-Semite when you say the facts. So, and the fact that this morning, Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro got into it. Well, they didn't really get into it, but, like, he was trying to be a little bitch, trying to be like a little authoritarian Jew, like he is. He literally, like, she was commenting, you know, and, you know, she was supporting this guy, named Max on Twitter. I don't know I forgot how to say his last name, but he was saying like, you know, Kyrie Irving and Kanye are no threat to the Jews. Like he was saying, like he was on their side, and Ben Shapiro is going to be like, oh, like I do, like because she feel like the ADL, which we're gonna get into, is like BLM. Like they bully people to apologize and to bend their knee for the Anti-Defamation League. They are so like, it's like BLM all over again with these people. Like whatever you say or do, like, oh, we're gonna call you anti-Semite. Oh, we're gonna hold you accountable for having freedom of speech. Like she's like, fuck this, like fuck them. Like they're like BLM. And so Ben Shapiro gonna be like, oh yeah, I do feel like they're like, you know, they are like, you know, lefty, like whatever, like that. This is what really irritated me about him. Is like, you know, but to like support someone and agree with someone who these people are Jew haters. He calling Kyrie Irving and Kanye Jew haters, when they literally say that they don't hate Jews at all. But so now you're a Jew hater if you post a Amazon link to a movie that you believe in. Oh no, bitch. Like no, bitch. And this is what I'm saying. Like this bloodthirsty mob needs to stop. It needs to stop. Like it's making me mad. I'm getting hot. It needs to stop because I'm so sick of this. Even people who follow me, like, they act so weird now towards me because I talk about, like, because I'm Team Ye, I'm Team Kyrie Irving. I'm Team freedom of speech, bitch. That's just who I am. I think freedom of speech is so important. But it seems like once, you know, someone gets offended by something, that means their freedom of speech is hate speech now. That's what Ben Shapiro is fucking telling people out here. That if he doesn't agree with it, it's hate speech, and that you are anti-Semite simply because you feel like that, like, you know, there is a greater power between a certain group, and that's completely fine. Well, isn't that okay to say like Asians have, you know, are much more successful than whites and blacks in America? Does that make me a hater of Asians? Like no, like it makes me so mad that like the hypocrisy of these people on the left and the right. It makes me shake because you are really out here calling these people Nazis. Like you are putting a target on these people's head with your fucking disgusting rhetoric. You are disgusting. Ben Shapiro, you're on my fucking shit list. You are. You're on my fucking shit list. You're making me shake. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish or not. If you keep on letting these people bully you into like the submission, trying to get you to fucking give away your fucking rights to freedom of speech, what the fuck are we gonna have left? I'm sick of this. And this is why I like Anomaly, and I've been listening to him because I agree with him. I've had this feeling about Ben Shapiro. I've been having this feelings about certain people for a while now. Once Candace Owens wanted Ye to go on the, you know, her podcast, and they want to talk about it. Ben Shapiro, he claims to be for freedom of speech, but he didn't want Ye to be on there because he doesn't like what he has to say. Like it's so stupid to me. This irritates me so much, and it goes to show that there is a power. Because look at the ADL, look at AIPAC. Can we talk about AIPAC and how they are, you know, they're pro-Israel, and how people like Ron DeSantis, Trump, people that I like and that support, they are signing bills for people, for Israel, basically. Not for the United States, for Israel. These people are supposed to be for freedom of speech. But why the fuck are we, like, you know, signing bills to protect anything, like saying, like, you know, Jewish people have power, or like, you know, we can't even protest Israel if we wanted to. We can't have the freedom of speech of expression. This is what America's about. But we're like bowing down to a country and not protecting the rights of the people. I don't like this, and I think that this is going to show that there is a huge power with, you know, Jewish people. Like not all Jewish people, but there is a huge like dominant power with Jewish people. Even Dennis Prager said it. I just think that we cannot allow another country dictate our freedoms here, because like without the freedom of expression, protest, say whatever you want, regardless of how you feel. If you think it's hate speech, everything's hate speech nowadays. It doesn't matter. We are America because we have freedom of speech to say whatever the fuck we want. And if something goes against your ideals, it doesn't mean that it's hate speech, okay? And if we keep on allowing them to sign away our rights, we are not going to have anything. We are going to be no different from like another third world country. This needs to stop, and we have to hold these people accountable. Yes, I support Ron DeSantis and Trump, but to be honest, like what Anomaly says, I truly agree with him on this. Either way, we're pro-Israel. Like we're pro-signing our freedom of speech away, regardless, because they are in bed with AIPAC, and like AIPAC, they endorse a lot of these different types of organizations, and they even spend money on candidates that they want to be able to win the election. So we have to take in consideration of that, and we also have to look at the pros and the cons of different politicians. That's all I have to say about that. But this bloodthirsty mob that's coming after Kyrie Irving over because he is sharing what he believes, even if he doesn't fully believe it or not. If he have believe it or if he doesn't believe it, why does that make him anti-Semitic? Because you don't believe what you want him to believe. It goes to show that there is a power out here that is trying to get these people to cuck and get on their knees for them. If you are not left-leaning and you're not following their agenda, then they can just put you in the box and call you all these types of isms and all these names. It's not right. I feel bad for Kyrie Irving, just like I feel bad for Ye. It really opened my eyes on both sides, left and right, that both of these fucking people are just they're not the right is more for the people, but I mean if you're signing bills, to protect a specific group and not even Christians, we are a Christian country, basically. Why you have protections for, the Jews and, calling anything anti-Semitic? We can't even protest against it if we wanted to. No one wants to protest against it, but it's just what? We can't have our freedom of expression? What happened to that? What about the Christians? I see Christians getting bullied and stuff like that, in school.
I want to hear students' voices, yet it's really only the voices that match what you believe. You say diversity matters, but it's only the diversity you like. You respect our community and culture, yet if we don't fit in your chosen belief system, we're rejected. I want school to be a safe place for all students and for all diverse viewpoints to be celebrated rather than persecuted. Thank you.
We don't have protections for Christians here in America, but we have protections for Israel, for people that are Jews. It makes no sense. We should have protection for our religion then. But no, these people are getting paid off to protect these certain groups. And that's not what I believe in. I believe in freedom of speech, and I believe that if we're gonna have protection for one certain group, we should have protection for all groups. Period. Put America first. Israel is not America. I don't care how much we're in deep with Israel and that we have a good relationship with them. It doesn't matter. We need to we have to put ourselves first. And I just feel bad for Kyrie Irving. I truly do. And I think that the fact that ADL, even though they didn't accept his money, they basically bullied him into an apology for not believing in what they believe. This is America. We should be able to believe in whatever the fuck we want to believe, whether or not you like it or not, whether or not if you're a Nazi or not. If a Nazi wants to believe in Nazism and they believe that Hitler was a savior, that's okay. Who cares? That goes to show they are stupid and that they are a disgusting human being. And I've always believed in that. To be honest, I always believe in that. It is what it is. It's freedom of expression. Wow, it's insane. People get so mad because look at how many people they out here looking at the book and looking at the movie. Oh, but look what you did. Look what the media did. They gave promotion to the fucking movie. You said that Kyrie Irving promoted that movie and that book, but the media promoted the most. Talking about the fucking book, talking about the fucking movie. You do it to your fucking self. The fact that these people went out, these people are getting paid. The fact that these people went out on the sidelines on the court where Kyrie Irving was, playing basketball, they had these people sit out there wearing the anti-Semitism shirts on, and the Jew. I was like, this is so cringe. Wow. He never said he hated Jews. He never said that. No one did. Even Ye. He doesn't hate the Jews. Like, I don't hate the Jews either. But we have to call a spade a spade. Oh my God. Do you understand what I mean? Comment down below if you understand what I mean. Okay. I'm done. I'm just excited for my new bag. I'm excited for my new bag. And like, you know, I'm just going to go enjoy the rest of my day. I'll see y'all later. I love you all so much. Don't forget to be yourself, no one else. Be sure to support my black business. Support black businesses. No, bitch. Fuck that. If you want to support my business, please be sure to check out the link in the description. Beauty Queen Thrifts on Etsy, period. Fuck the color. Forget about the race. It doesn't really matter. But we have to call a spade on things, you know. Anyways, I'm done. I love y'all. Bye.